Hi everyone, welcome back to God's Whispers, a place where we take the time to pause and reflect on the word of the Lord. Today I'm going to be speaking about the Gospel according to Matthew, chapter 21, verses 23 through 27. Jesus had just entered into the city, overturned tables in the temple, and is teaching openly. And now the chief priests and elders confront him. Let's listen. When Jesus had come into the temple area, the chief priests and elders of the people approached him as he was teaching and said, "By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority?" Jesus said to them in reply, "I shall ask you one question, and if you answer it for me, then I shall tell you by what authority I do these things. Where was John's baptism from? Was it of heavenly or of human origin?" They discussed this among themselves and said, "If we say of heavenly origin, he will say to us, 'Then why did you not believe him?' But if we say of human origin, we fear the crowd, for they all regard John as a prophet." So they said to Jesus in reply, "We do not know." He himself said to them, "Neither shall I tell you by what authority I do these things." He was obviously being put into a trap. In the first century Judaism, authority mattered deeply, especially in the temple. Religious leaders believed that authority came from recognized teachers, people of official positions. So Jesus didn't really fit into their system. So instead of answering directly, Jesus responds with a question of his own about John the Baptist. And then the leaders were stuck. If they say from heaven, they must admit that they rejected God's messenger. If they say from human, then they fear the people who recognize John as a prophet. So they answered honestly but safely, saying, "We don't know." And then Jesus then said he's not going to tell them his authority either. So this moment revealed something powerful. Their problem wasn't a lack of knowledge, it was a lack of courage. So it kind of helps with us today then. Do we really want God's truth, or do we just want what fits with our expectations? Are there places that we avoid answering because honestly we know that the answer might require change? So journal prompts that would kind of go along with to challenge our thinking even more would be, where in my life do I resist God's authority because it challenges my comfort or my control? And have I avoided the truth because acting on it would require change? And what would trusting God's authority look like for me right now? And then finally, how can I grow in courage to follow truth, even when it's uncomfortable? I hope that this message was encouraging for you, and if you feel like a friend could use some encouragement, please feel free to pass it along. And don't forget to subscribe so you can continue to hear God's Whispers.